Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. So today we are going to be testing what I like to call a TBC Heroic Dungeon Run. One of you guys actually suggested this in the raid videos that we've been talking about, and raids are weekly, so being able to do something like this daily and making however much we make, we'll find out at the end, but if it makes at least 3k in an hour, it is definitely worth doing. And why you choose TBC over Wrath of the Lich King is TBC Heroics are very condensed, so there's not much travel time. So you have Hellfire Citadel with Blood Furnace, Shattered Halls, Ramparts. Then you can go up to Netherstorm and do the Mechanar, Botanica, and Alcatraz really quickly. Alcatraz you could skip as well. And then we go to Terakar Forest and do the Labyrinth, Halls, Mana Tombs, and Crypts. So you do all of these TBC dungeons, and if you can do it in under an hour, you can make a ton of gold. So I am here at the Blood Furnace. I'm on my Monk. We're going Windwalker spec. We will be using the Skewered Eel Agi-Food and a Flask of the Winds. It costs like 20 gold for these two items, and they'll last for an hour to give us the maximum amount of agility. So we are going to enter. It is 12:20, as you can see up here on the time, and I will give you the breakdown after we do all 3 dungeons and have sold the loot, because we'll sell the loot in each of these dungeons. It should not be hard at all, but we are starting at 12:20 and just going to pull and get after it. So when I've done all of the Hellfire Peninsula dungeons, I will show you how much gold we have made and head to the next part. So I will see you when we get there. Voop. Alrighty guys, so after finishing Shattered Halls, we are going to go ahead and Hearth. We filled up our bags almost perfectly, which is kind of funny after doing those 3 dungeons. And we started at 27,050 gold. We're at 27,202 after the first 3 dungeons without selling. So now we are going to sell everything, and we turn our cloth into bolts as always. And then we also got an epic BOE, which is a world drop, which people might buy for transmog. I'm not really sure. We'll have to keep that. But if we did vendor it, it would be an extra 12 gold from where we are at right now. So very interesting and really cool to see that. So after those 3 dungeons, keeping the cloth, selling everything else, we also got 3 primal airs which might sell. We're sitting at 27,482 gold. So pretty good. If we want, after we sell the cloth, we're looking about 500 G for the 3 heroics. Really quick right there, and it took us only 17 minutes to do those 3. So it could be pretty good. So we're gonna head out and do the other ones, and I will see you when we get there. Voop. So after doing the Tempest Keep trio, we were at 27,483 when we started that. We are going to sell all of these. We did do all of Alcatraz, which I'm not really sure if it was worth it or not. We'll have to see, because it does take like 5 minutes for the final boss. But we are going to keep going, sell everything, and now we are going to fly to the Auchindoun just near Shat, and we will see what the total value of our goods is once we get there as well. So I already turned my thing into bolts, and so we're at 27,850. So it's looking like this is going to be about 1,000 gold in an hour doing a TBC heroic run, but that is just what it looks like at the moment. We're gonna head there, and I will show you the rest when we get there, so I'll see you then. Voop. Alrighty guys, so we just finished Shadow Labs. We still have the crypts to do. However, we filled up on bags, so I'm showing you selling this. We are at that hour mark. We finished it about an hour, but you have to run all the way out. So we are going to vendor all of the gear. We're going to process our cloth, but we are over 1,000 gold, as you can see, but it isn't that 3k number we were promised. I think the 3k comes from utilizing professions, DEing a lot of the armors, selling a lot of the fell armaments, primal nethers, and other sort of cosmetic reputation things that people are using instead of just flat out vendoring everything. So that puts a little damper on the farm, but as you can see, we're at 28,000 and about 300 gold. We have the bolts of cloth to do still, so and I was not very efficient or fast with this, so that's why we're over that 1 minute timer. But we're gonna do the crypts, and I will give you the final results when we get out of there. So I'll see you then. Voop. Alrighty, guys. So that finished our crypts run right there. We killed nearly everything in the instance. My strategy later on was pulling them and going to each boss, as we were 10 minutes over the 1 hour timer. Early on, I didn't really utilize that strategy very well, and we are going to sell all of the goods that we got. I'm going to take a trip to the auction house after I turn all of my nether weave into bolts, and then we are going to sell everything and give you guys that full value in what it looks like. But as we are sitting here, we started at 27,050 gold, and we are at 28,412 before taking our silk, our primal nethers, and a few other things to the AH. So we're going to see what those sell for and then give you that total price. But we're around 1,500 gold right now without AH use. So raw gold, 1 hour, 10 TBC Heroics, about 1,500 gold. So anyway, I'm going to go to the auction house after we process this, and I'll give you the results then. So I'll see you then. Whoop. Alrighty, guys, so after turning all the nether weave cloth into bolts, putting it up on the auction house, that is another 160 gold. We can look at primal nethers, which are selling for less than the vendor price. Primal air. So primal air we actually got lucky at from doing shattered halls. These are selling for 60 gold a pop, so that's another 180 gold. This hammer is selling for 400 gold. So with a little bit of luck, we're almost at that 2K mark. Obviously, I wouldn't expect to get this hammer, but you definitely could get a lot of the other things, and then someone obviously still has to buy that hammer. But yeah, it's looking like selling all that stuff. Fell armaments are only 1 gold and so on, so we're putting these up as well. And yeah, so it looked like roughly about 2K with good drops. The only possible thing I could see would be DEing all the greens and sending them to an enchanter. Probably non-weapon greens, armor pieces like boots, gloves, the ones that don't really vendor for a lot. You'd have to calculate the dust, but I imagine there's a lot of people DEing right now also. But that is the full TBC dungeon grind crawl. You can do it in about an hour. You can do all 10 of them, and you can get some pretty decent gold. If you have nothing better to do, it's definitely something, and you really need the gold, you could go after and do that. Obviously, there's a bit of luck, in having professions like tailoring and enchanting will yield more cloth and more results with that. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'll see you later. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.